Let's now see how you can install the unit. Remember, this process is easy, it's fast, and you will not be needing any tools. For this tutorial, we'll look at helmets that utilize a V-strap. We'll also look at an option if your helmet doesn't have a V-strap or the V-strap kind of isn't the ideal solution. We'll look at a full-face helmet, and then we'll explore some other options. Remember, in your box is the installation guide that has an illustrated step-by-step process of how to do the install. Also in there is a QR code that you can scan. It will take you directly to the installation video. Let's start. Step one is to install the speakers. Now, if you hold the speakers upside down, the longer cable is intended to be on the left side of the helmet, whereas the shorter one is going on the right side of the helmet. Now, if you're installing into a helmet with ear pads, you'll find more times than not that there'll be a little pocket where you can place the speaker. And in this helmet, we're going to utilize that. In this helmet, you find the same option. But for demonstration purposes, we'll pretend like that doesn't exist, and we'll show you how to install the speakers if you don't have little speaker pockets. So starting on the left side of the helmet, take the longer of the two speaker wires and just drop that inside the pocket of the ear pad and button it up. Then move over to the right side and do the exact same thing. For a helmet without pockets for a speaker, or in this case, one where you're choosing to not use the pocket for the speaker, just grab the circular Velcro and place that in the general area of the ear. And of course, you'll do the same thing on the other side. Then, starting with the left side of the helmet again, just grab that longer speaker, place it in the area of your ear, and do the exact same thing for the right side. And go ahead and button it back up. Switching gears real quick, if you're going to install it into a full face, such as this bike helmet, just go ahead and remove the cheek pads. In this particular helmet, you see a little cutout where they make some space for the speakers. We would start there. Go ahead and place your circular Velcro and do the exact same thing on the other side. And then just take your speaker and place that directly on top of the Velcro. Remember that speaker location is critical to good sound. So whether it's going into an ear pad or a full face helmet like this, you want to make sure that when you put that helmet on, the speaker is sitting directly over your ear. Okay, next you're going to take these little stickers and set the wire into the helmet. Really, this part is all about cable management. Every helmet is different, so just find some spots and areas in the helmet, making sure that all the wires are hidden. You don't see a bunch of stuff hanging out all over the place. Just getting it nice and clean. Okay, speakers are in, wires are clean. Let's now turn our attention to the microphone. Now, you'll notice at the end of it, you've got this little Velcro fastener, and what you want to do is go about midway down on the right side chin strap and attach the microphone to that chin strap. The ideal location is that when you cinch the chin strap down and put the helmet on, it's right in line with the bottom of your mouth. Now, in this particular helmet, we'll be able to hide all of this wire by placing it beneath the cheek pad. Save that for later. We'll button this up, and that's going to come out real nice. Now, if your chin strap goes through an ear pad, like this one does, then I would take this out, run the mic through first, put the chin strap back through it, and that's going to be the ideal way to keep everything nice and tight. At this point, all three of these helmets are ready for the next step, and that's to mount the cradle. Now in the box, again, you've got the adhesive mount option. You've also got the pinch mount option. Now, every helmet is different. There's a ton of different variations, but between these two mount options, you can mount to pretty much anything. So we'll start with this one. On this helmet, we see a V-strap that's easily accessible. It's not utilized to button down to the ear pad or anything like that. So pinch mount for sure. Very easy. Just go underneath the V-strap and click it shut. Now, it really grabs the material. You're not gonna have to worry about it slipping up or down. This one is done. Now with our full face, the pinch mount is not an option because there's nothing to pinch to, so we will have to go with the adhesive route. First and foremost, take the alcohol swab that comes with it and just clean the area in general that you're going to be using the adhesive on. And while that's drying, take the adhesive mount and just kind of eyeball where you think you might put it. You want it, for the most part, dead center in the helmet, nice and level. Then once the surface is dry, just go ahead and remove the red tape. Set it nice and level. And apply pressure to make sure you get a good hold. The longer you let this sit on here, the better. Now in this helmet, you have a couple options. You have a V-strap, so the pinch cradle is an option. But in this case, the V-strap also has these little buttons that are holding in the ear pad. Now, if I don't care about that, I can release those buttons, use the pinch cradle, and get on my way. That'll work fine. But if I want to utilize those buttons to keep that ear pad in place, we'll be looking at the adhesive cradle. Now, imagine for a second if this was all hard shell and we didn't have an ear pad right here at all. The ideal spot for the adhesive cradle would be right there. That would be perfect. But that's not the case. This is a removable ear pad, so we'll look elsewhere. If I were to put it up here, that's exactly where the goggle strap would be, so that's out. For this helmet, the ideal spot to mount this with the adhesive is going to be sitting right back here. So, once again, take your alcohol rub, and whether it's a new helmet, whether it's an old helmet, always give it a nice good cleaning. Then grab that adhesive cradle, get it nice and lined up right where you want it, and start applying the pressure. Again, the longer you hold this, the better. And the longer you let it set before it's used, the better. Now we're ready to insert the unit itself. Just go ahead and take these top tabs, align that with the top of the module, and then press it to make sure you get that click. The unit will lock in firmly and be secured in place. And then around back to line up the audio kit, just line up the USB Type-C with the back of the module, plug that in, and simply slide the lock into place. To remove the unit, slide the lock out of the way, unplug the USB, and then at the very bottom, you'll see a little tab that you can kind of press in and down, and you'll feel the unit dislodge. And lastly, the inclusion of the 3.5mm earbud jack really kicks the door open to almost limitless use cases. When coupled with a set of earbuds with an inline microphone, the PackTalk Outdoor can be mounted to the most basic of helmets in a variety of different ways, or simply secured to any other piece of equipment or backpack that you might have on you while retaining 100% of its capability. Thanks for watching. See you next time.